In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my absolutely favorite options trading strategy that I run weekly on SoFi. And if you drop a comment down below on today's video, I'm also going to send you my full Ark Options Strategy playbook. No strings attached. Just drop a comment. I'll send that over to you. And while you're down there, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God-blessed day. But guys, today we're going to be talking about one of my absolutely favorite options trading strategies, especially for quote-unquote cheaper stocks that I have a lot of high conviction in, which one of those stocks is SoFi. Obviously, go do your own research on SoFi, but recently it's been getting beat up, and I want to show you guys A to Z exactly an options trading strategy that I think is great for beginners. This isn't some sketchy zero DTE stuff. This is really a strategy that you map out completely, that you're comfortable with, and does not require you to be glued to charts or anything like that. So we're going to make this a lot more of a beginner-friendly video. So I hope you like that and I hope you're cool with it. So the first thing we need is obviously some sort of brokerage account. Now, right now we're just going to be using Robinhood, for example. I primarily use Fidelity, but it doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure that you're approved for options trading. That's just simple application that you'll fill out. Now, when you hear options, I'm sure you're scared and you hate options. You've had bad experiences with options, but bear with me. This is a different kind of option strategy, right, that you really name all of the terms on, okay? And I wish somebody taught me this earlier in my life, and that's why I really started this channel. So obviously, SoFi, we're not going to go into all the technicals and fundamentals of this company. If you're interested in that, you can go, read about all our summaries and stuff like that on arkpicks.com and stuff like that. But first thing we want to actually do is sell something called a cash secured put. Now, a cash secured put, all we're saying is we're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi at a certain price and on a certain date. Let me map it out for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the trade SoFi options section here. We're not a silly little options buyer. We are a seller, and we're not selling a call. We are selling a put. This is all that means. We're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi. Okay. Now, I know it kind of gets a little complicated with the terms, but it's like anything in life. Once you kind of do it a few times, it'll make sense. Like selling a put means I'm maybe buying the stock. Wouldn't me being a buyer? Listen, it will come together. Education is key. So just over time, as you consume more content on the channel and stuff like that, it will make a lot more sense. But here we're doing selling a put. And then we get to name the date that we'd be wanting to do that. We could go February 13th. We could go the 11 days out, 18 days out, 30 days out. Now, me primarily, I like to run this strategy on a weekly basis for SoFi, but let's just show you how it looks like monthly as well, because I think going out monthly is great for beginners. That way you're not like glued to the charts and looking at like price movements and you're drawing on candlesticks. Like, listen, if that's the kind of stuff you like, this is not the channel for you. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. Not into that, right? But I do love being involved in the market. So let me show you exactly what we're doing here. And we'll look at the 32 days away, right? March 13th. 2 days before my birthday, right? But here we are saying we're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi on this date. Now we get to name our price. So obviously at the time you're recording this, SoFi is trading at $21, and we obviously would like to buy it for a less price than what it's currently trading for, right? And for example, let's say 19, right? Let's say we're cool, like, hey, it's trading at 21, and we're cool buying it at 19 if it drops to 19. Now, if I did this trade right here, I will collect between the bid and the ask, and you always want to make sure you look between the bid and ask. A lot of people will just be like, okay, I'll review this order, and boom, and they'll take it. They'll take their $71. But that's the bid, right? You want to be between the bid and the ask. That way you're collecting a little bit more premium. Now, you could see this 71 to 84. That's fairly wide. I usually like to shoot right at the middle, so let's just call it $77. And this is credit. This is given to you up front into your account as capital, okay? Now, I like to toss everything into my cash secured put calculator, so I'll put my $77 here. My collateral here is also $1,900, and more on that in just a moment. If you want my cash secured put calculators and my trade logs templates, all you have to do is attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. It's 90 minutes long. It's super valuable. It's going to show you all this stuff that we're talking about today in way more depth, and at the end I give you all these calculators and templates for you to walk away with. But the reason we have to lock up $1,900 in collateral is because 19 times 100 is 1,900, and you can see here which Robinhood makes really nicely. It says 100 shares each. One options contract is equal to 100 shares. So by making a trade like this, we are essentially saying we're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi at $19, okay? So we want to make sure we're cash covered. This channel, we aren't trying to blow our account using margin or doing naked puts and stuff like that. Listen, I saw my father lose pretty much everything in 2008 because he got margin called, and as the last thing, I will never use margin. I don't care how much leverage it gives me. But let's keep going. So right here, we're locking up our $1,900, and this is what the trade looks like. This is it, right? And now when you execute this trade, right, it's 32 days away, right? We're not really doing anything else, and we get about a 4% return on our money. That is 77 divided by 1,900. Not financial advice, results right, just what I'm seeing on the options chain at the time of me recording this video. This is a higher risk play. Being paid 4% in a month on your money, no matter what anybody tells you, is high risk. Now, what does that mean when I say high risk? Well, there's a couple outcomes that can happen in a play like this. First and foremost, let's say in 32 days from now, on March 13th, SoFi's trading at 21, 22, whatever. It's above $19. Well, your $1,900 isn't going to be used to buy shares at 19 because it's not trading at 19. So your $1,900 is freed up as collateral, and you could run the play again for the following month, collect some more premium. But this time, obviously, you're starting with more. You're not starting, with only $1,900. You're starting with $1,977, and so on and so on. It snowballs on itself, right? Is that making sense? Okay. But the big risk, when I say risk, this is the biggest risk of this strategy, is let's say on the 13th, right, SoFi is trading below 19. Let's say it's trading at 18, 17, 16. You are buying your shares for under at 19, even though the stock may be trading at 18 or 17. This is why I stress to only do this strategy on stocks you have a high conviction in. A lot of people in our community, when they open trades like this that are 30 days out, they will open them on their app and they will turn off their phones and not look at it, right? Now, there are pluses and minuses to that. A strategy like this, there's no problem with that. You can do that. You can get away with not micromanaging this strategy. Open up your phone on March 13th. Did I get assigned? Did I not get assigned? Okay, cool. I run the play for the following month. Turn off the phone. Actually, a very stoic way to live, in my opinion. However, because SoFi loves to move so aggressively, we're usually able to get in and out of positions a lot faster, okay? We're able to get in and out of positions a lot faster. There's way more outside the scope of this video on how I kind of time my entries and my exits, but usually most of my cash secured puts, I'm getting out of them early, and the reason I do that is I get to free up this collateral faster, essentially making my return better, and then deploying that capital into different opportunities. But it's like anything in life, guys, right? The more you micromanage something, the more into it you get, the better your results will usually be. But there's nothing wrong by just defining your trade and letting it go to expiration. Literally, most of the people in our community that watch these videos that are inside of OSS, that use arkpicks.com, that's what they do. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? Again, we are not a community of day traders. But let's talk about the other side. Let's say now, this is the strategy that I really like to do, is I like to do a cash secured put and a covered call for the same expirations. Now, a covered call is really just the opposite of a cash secured put. Now, instead of selling a put, we're going to go and sell a call. Now, selling a call means we're willing to sell our 100 shares for a certain price on a certain date. Okay? So what does that mean? Well, we're no longer using our money as collateral. We are now using our shares as collateral, okay? We're using our actual shares of the company as collateral, which you will need at least 100 of. So in this case, SoFi is trading at $21. Let's just assume you bought the dip a little bit. You bought 100 shares of SoFi at $21. Okay, and then you're like, you know what? I want to put these shares immediately to work. And you know what? If in 30 days SoFi is trading at $23, I'm willing to sell my 100 shares. Now for that, you would collect, you guessed it, some additional premium. In this case, between the bid and ask spread, let's just call it $72 of premium. Now you guessed it, I got a premium calculator. For that as well. So let's go over to our covered call calculator. The premium we're collecting is $72. Our strike of the option, we're saying we're willing to sell our 100 shares for $23. Our purchase strike price is the cost basis of our 100 shares, which was $21. And now this is our trade. We get a 3.43% return on our collateral. Obviously, not financial advice. Results vary, just the premium I'm seeing in this educational example. The way I'm getting this 3.3 is $72 divided by 2,100, okay? Because those 100 shares, you have a cost basis of $2,100 is your asset value, right? So I divide 72 by that 2,100 and I get that 3.43%. My potential profit, if I end up selling my shares, is 200. That's the difference between 21 and 23 for a total profit of 272 on this specific trade when we factor our profit of shares plus our premium. Now, let's talk about the big risks here. Let's say on the 13th, right, SoFi is trading below $23. It's trading at 22, 21, 19, 18, anything below 23. Well, it's not trading at 23, so you're not selling your shares. Fantastic. Your shares are no longer collateralized. They're given back to you to, you guessed it, run the play for the following month, collect some more premium. Fantastic. The big risk, though, here is with a trade like this, you are capping your upside completely, okay? This is your max profit potential on this trade. What does that mean? Well, let's say on the 13th, SoFi is trading at 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, right? You are on the hook to sell your shares at $23. Is that good? Is that bad? In my opinion, for my option selling, I don't look at option selling as a buy and hold portfolio. I look at it as an income investor, and I am an income investor when I step into the markets as somebody that likes to sell options. My purpose is to lock in gains. If the past few weeks have showed us anything, right, locking in gains is kind of important to do sometimes, okay? Now, with the buy and hold portfolio with ETFs, sure, I get the argument, let them ride, don't do anything with them. Fantastic. But when selling options, I believe locking in gains is the right way to go. Now, obviously, you have to go do your own research on that. And if you attend the Ark Options workshop, guys, I talk tremendously more about this whole entire topic. And at the end, I give you my 2 premium calculators as well as my full trade lock template. So click that first link in the description of today's video, and I'll see you on there, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.